This young musician made it to American Idol, got the golden ticket, went through the whole audition process, got to hang out a little bit with Lionel Richie, and it's Kamryn Richard in the studio. Thank you very much for coming in and joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning.
Yeah, it's great to see the local musicians doing well. Yeah. That's great. And I know, I've known your dad for years, yes. Brian. He's seen him at a lot of his gigs. It seemed like years I would walk into a place and there was Brian with his
Absolutely.
guitar. For a while, that's the only way I knew him. Like his guitar was part of his, I never saw him without one. This is a rare occurrence. But, and you're from Lancaster?
I'm from Townsend. My mom's from Lancaster, my dad's from Leominster, so it's all very local.
Central Mass.
Yes.
Yeah, right on. And so just to give people an idea, your father's also a great musician. How long have you been singing, playing guitar?
Yeah, I mean, I've been singing since I was like so little, like 2, 3, I don't know. But I started gigging with my dad when I was about 13, and I've been playing, piano since about then, and I've been playing guitar since I was like 16, 17. So it's been my whole life, I feel like, always singing, very musical.
Was it a Tiger Woods situation where your father would duct tape the guitar to your body so you wouldn't be able to get rid of it?
No,
like
not
that. So parents that are musicians try to pass it on to their kids. And so, sometimes the kid doesn't want to do what their parents do. Was there ever a time where like, Dad, I don't want to do this?
No. I mean, my dad, he always says that he could like hear me singing Elmo in the back of the car when I was like 2 and being like, oh, her voice like is special. And then, I mean, when I was like 10 or something, Lady Gaga, was my like big inspiration. I remember watching her and being like, oh, I want to do that someday. Like I saw her doing something and I wanted to get a piano because she played piano. And then I, kind of taught myself how to play piano because I want to be like her. Like, it's always been very much what I have wanted to do.
In the genes.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. We're Facebook Live, by the way. Go to the Pike Facebook page, and you can see Kamryn Richard. More her, less me. That'd be great. So tell me about the journey to American Idol. So you had to audition on Zoom first.
Yes.
And to me, that's terrifying because I've never had a good Zoom experience. And that's just like meetings and stuff. I can't imagine like singing and making it sound good. And
yeah, I know there's definitely the technical aspect. And like our Wi-Fi and internet is always horrendous, especially when it comes to Zoom. So that was always like an extra added nerve. But yeah, a casting producer had reached out to me on Instagram and, thought I'd be good for the show. And since about May of last year, I started doing Zoom, Zoom after Zoom. I think there was like at least like 5 or 6 Zooms in front of just different levels of casting producers and all that. And at the end of September was when I finally got the call and the ask to go to Nashville to audition for Luke and Lionel and Carrie.
Wow.
So that was really cool.
And that was only 300 people.
Yeah.
Was that 300 people just in Nashville, or is that all around?
That was all. There was New York, Nashville, and LA. So between the three, there was 300 people or so.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and they only sent like 130, 140 people through to Hollywood, which was incredible that I got to, be one of those people.
Now, who were the judges in Nashville?
They were Luke, Brian, Carrie Underwood, and Lionel Richie.
Oh, so you had the same judges there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I can't imagine walking into a place and having to sing in front of Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
The guy's like, whether you're a fan or not, you can't deny the musical genius.
Oh,
the songwriting, the singing, the performing, producing.
Absolutely. No, he's a legend. And it was very, I feel like I've been doing this for a while that my nerves, I feel like I don't get super nervous before a performance, but walking into that room, like waiting behind those doors I don't think I've ever been more nervous for anything in my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, just walking in and seeing the 3 of them on this panel and knowing that I have to like put my best foot forward I had like 90 seconds of a song to kind of, give them.
Wow.
Give them what
they give you
want
90
to hear.
Seconds.
Yeah. They got to kind of do a shortcut for the show. So
it all depends.
Yeah.
Wow. So what's it like? You're waiting around. Are you waiting around with the other people who are auditioning? You're in the same room?
Yeah, so we wait I did my audition at the Graduate Hotel in Nashville, and they have the whole lobby area to kind of, just wait around, and then the producers will pull you upstairs to where the audition was being held. And you could see there were contestants before and after me that with their families, like my parents were up there with me, waiting outside the door while I was in there auditioning. And you could just everybody's so nervous. So I feel like just the nervous energy is just going throughout the hallway, kind of waiting. But yeah, there's maybe like 100 kind of people waiting there.
God, so you're you sizing each other up, or you're being supportive? What was the vibe? It was
very much a supportive group. In the audition kind of phase, we didn't get a chance to get to know too many people. We're all kind of like a little nervous and trying to focus on our own thing. But once going to Hollywood, it was just immediately like everybody was really supportive. We're all there for the same reason, just, making connections and, potentially like writing partners or, recording this thing with somebody, or, you never know what can kind of come from it. So we all want to be supportive and kind of keep that, supportive network. But yeah, at the same time, these are also your competitors, so it's very much a weird.
You're like, good luck, but not too much
thing. But but everybody was very supportive, which was nice to like kind of have that supportive energy going through it.
Nice. So you got the golden ticket. That must have been a thrill.
Oh, it was crazy. And actually, in the room, the way it worked is Luke gave the first thing, and he said no. So I was like, oh, I got like extra scared. I was like, oh,
what does he know? He doesn't know anything about music. Come on. Guy's an amateur.
No, then it went to Lionel, who said yes. So Carrie was the deciding factor. And they really drew it out. It felt like forever because they all turned around into this huddle. So I'm just like looking at the back of their heads.
That's
like
the worst.
Waiting. Oh my gosh. Like waiting for whatever answer. I'm like looking around at, I can see all the other producers behind me, just like, I don't know. It felt like forever. It was probably like 30 seconds, but yeah, then they turned around and they had the golden ticket, and they just were like, "Oh, you're going to Hollywood." And
if you're watching on Facebook Live, that's a beautiful golden ticket. That's some excellent stationery right there. So you got the golden ticket. Yes. You're off to LA, and so what happens in LA?
In LA, it was about 4 days. I was there for like 4 days. 2 of those days were on set filming at the Orpheum Theater in LA. And the way it worked, it was what they called the Idol Arena, which was all of the contestants. I think, there was about 130 are sitting on the stage. And for both of those 2 days, the judges would just randomly call up your name. You don't know when you're going. And you just get up there and you sing your song for a minute and a half, and then you sit back down, and one of the judges gives you feedback as for like the whole panel, but you don't know what the outcome is until the end of the second day. And then they kind of stick you in different groups, and they let you know if you're staying or if you're going home. Oh,
and then so you had a little talk with Lionel Richie?
I did.
At that point?
I did, yeah. After my performance, he said that he thought that I felt super comfortable on the stage, which was, it's a very different kind of performance that you give on the stage with the mic. I had my guitar with me in Hollywood Week versus in the audition room. It was just me standing there, kind of singing bare, no mic, nothing, like just singing to them. But in Hollywood, I had the mic and the stage and the audience, like, of my contestants being really supportive. So it was a different vibe. And he'd commented on how, like, comfortable and how kind of meant to be I was on the stage. And then he ended it with, when you get your record deal, we want 3 backstage passes, the 3 of them on the panel. And I was like, wow, that's very from Lionel Richie.
Richie, right. Yeah.
That's so extremely validating.
That's awesome.
So that was very crazy to get that note from him.
Well, Kamryn Richard here in the studio. telling us about her journey to American Idol and getting the golden ticket, and kind enough to bring your guitar.
Yes.
What song are you going to do?
I'm going to do the song that Lionel said I should get a record deal
All right,
off of.
yeah.
It's called Leave Me Lonely by Ariana Grande.
All right. It's Kamryn Richard right now live in the Pike studio.
Is it love when so easily you say goodbye? Is it love when we've given up before we try? Is it love when you stole my peace of mind? Is it love when you cry and cry and cry? So when you walk out that door, don't you come back no more. My heart has had enough of the give and take, and as much as I want you to stay, you're a dangerous love. Baby, you're no good for me, darling. 'Cause if you're gonna love me and leave me hanging here, then I'd rather you leave me lonely. Even though it hurts, I'd rather you leave me lonely. Thank
That
you,
was
guys.
beautiful.
Thank you.
It's Luke Bryan. That was one of the judges.
Yes.
Yeah, guys obviously deaf. Yeah,
No.
that's too bad
No
for Luke
way.
Bryan. I know you don't want to sing.
No.
Judges are fine. The judges are fine, but you don't know anything, Mister. All right, Kamryn Richard. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you very much
so
for
much for
singing.
having me.
Appreciate it. So what's next? What do you do now? Are you playing somewhere? Can people see you? And-
Yeah, people can find me on, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the social medias. It's at Kamryn Richard, Kamryn Richard. And I'm working on some new music. Hopefully will, coming out.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thanks to Brian, your dad, for helping out this morning with the
Yes.
Facebook Live. Good to see you, man. All right, it's Kamryn Richard here on the Pike.